they'll come back and win NASA. You know how it is.
Gotta get their revenge. Yeah, Bristle with the Coddle too. That is, we've been seeing a lot of Coddle Ember, but Ember actually made it through. Okay, I was gonna say, was Ember banned, and then no, he's
They just won a Tusk.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean,
Ooh.
Cool. Okay.
Okay.
I think this makes Beastmaster's game hard. The fact that if he's against Bristle or Necro, he's not going to do well in either of those lanes. So this basically means if you want Beastmaster to be just fine no matter what, you put him mid. But I don't really know if they want to do that. I think I have seen Brawl play Beast mid, but it seems like a waste of his individual skill to throw him on something like a Beastmaster. You know, you want him on something more flashy, something that can actually carry you.
Ooh, and there's that Luna we were looking for in an earlier game, and now we get him here, or get her here.
Yeah, love it. I really do think that the Aghanim Scepter is something that should be utilized more. I remember when this hero was first coming into the meta, everybody was going for like Dom into Ags into BKB, and now it's kind of just standard carry items. But it's really just the option to go for the Ags. If you really need it for team fights, you can go for it. And then in the late game, if you can pick up like an Aghanim's Blessing from Roche, she's one of the most effective carries that there are, because these other carries, they're good with items and they have 6 slots, right? But they don't have this monumental, powerful ulti that can just basically one-shot somebody who's in a stun. And then also she's a regular carry. Like, she does right-click damage as well, you know? Anti-Mage's Ags is terrible. Like, most Ags are just okay, but Luna Ags is a night and day, you know?
Was it Cinderin or Sunspan who did that list of all the Ags and their rankings?
Yeah, he did that. Did he put Luna up there?
I don't remember, because that was a long time ago. So, like, haven't some of them changed? Like, doesn't he need to make a part 2?
I think he's been making
changes.
He makes changes to it. Yeah,
All right. Thought it was just a video.
Let's see. He does not rank it in top 10 for 7.22D. But I don't know. I don't remember when the Luna Eggs
changed.
People didn't really use it too much until the last 5 or 6 months. So it wasn't really taken seriously. Then people were doing like the support Luna, going for the Ags. Then people started doing it as carry Luna, and people started to give it more of the light of day.
Pango band, Storm band, because there really is kind of that lack of control here for Beast Coast.
Yeah.
Reaper Scythe, Snowball hitting you.
Not good.
Will-O-Wisp.
Not good. Yeah, Will-O-Wisp, such a long cooldown.
Yeah.
Man, if you're Beast Coast, I kind of feel like picking Chris Luck, Broodmother in this game would be really good. Like, this would force Crazy to do Beast mid, and that's not even that good against Brood.
No, even with Luna.
Yeah, the Glaives do nothing to like she gets Glaives maxed out at like level 12.
Whoa.
All right, okay. Now it's like Timber and Broodmother would still be good. I really feel like Beast Coast is gonna Brood because of who they are. But if this was any other team, maybe if they had some Timber players, they could pick Whisper Timber and do Chris Luck side lane. But I don't know how much Beast Coast swaps up their roster in terms of
10 seconds
player, playing like Hector playing mid. It's pretty rare. But Timber or Brood, those are my 2 picks. Like, I feel like it's free for both of these heroes. You're just asking for it if you're crazy.
Give us another Brood game. I'm down. Because that was the game Moo won.
He did win that one. You're right.
Yeah, that was
I totally forgot.
The double divine.
Like that was a loss. I felt like that was a loss.
Well, it felt like that series did go 3-0.
It did.
There were times where it felt like it definitely went 3-0.
Yeah. Come on. Dude, Chris is definitely asking for it. The only way that they're not going to pick a Brood or a Timber here is if they already had something in mind with this draft, but then the Visage comes out and it's like, okay, if they're going to cheese, we may as well cheese them back.
Just disappointing, Safe lane Bristle.
Okay. Interesting.
Makes me sad.
Darkseer is pretty good against Beastmaster Luna. Like, you get both of the auras. That's pretty nice. Like, there are good illusion heroes to take in this game. I do feel like Crazy was really opening themselves up to getting Cancer picked, but it really depends on who can play Bristle, who can play Necro, what do our players want to play, like what were our lanes going to be. You know what I mean? Like, there are other constraints, I think, that probably made that a tough decision for them.
Mm-hmm.
And Darkseer, I mean, still not a hero we see too often. So I'm excited to see how they play this. The other time we saw it, it did not go too well. It was Brax we saw play it. It's really getting bullied behind the tower. But I think Tusk is a really good hero to pair up with the Darkseer, because Tusk's level 1 and 2 are so strong, and Darkseers are weak, and that's when he needs help.
Could this be potentially an aggressive lane, Tusk Darkseer?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Iron Shell, Shards, tag team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't think you're gonna have the Coddle go. I don't think it's gonna be like a tri lane or anything. But
yeah,
absolutely, those two heroes like have to play together. That's the combo, right? Like, you put some melee tanky frontliner guy like Spirit Breaker or Tusk, and you play with the Darkseer and just run at people with Iron Shells. The cool thing about Tusk and Spirit Breaker too, and Earth Spirit, is that all of these heroes can just TP mid with an Iron Shell on them, and then all of a sudden Darkseer is perfectly happy cutting behind the tower, and then boom, Darkseer is also contributing mid because the Iron Shell is infinite range. You just put it on somebody, right? And then they TP. So there's a huge kill threat here.
You know what's cooking? Boom!
Prepare for
so far towards bottom for 3 of these heroes. I don't think they're gonna leave Bristle by himself at the end of the day.
No way. Coddle, Schofield even started with Chakra Magic, so he's gonna be with the Bristle ASAP. Like, you don't start Chakra Magic unless you know you're playing with the Bristle, because otherwise you might need Illuminate or Blinding Light.
from the night.
This is one of those things where, like, if you look at a crappy player at 1 minute and 10 seconds before clock, or before the game starts, before clock hits 0, you'll see that they have something skilled, like Schofield does. But then this is to the point where, like, wraps around, where he's so good that he knows that if he skills anything else, it could possibly ruin the lane. So even though he might be able to get first blood with Illuminate or Blinding Light, he has deemed that it is not worth it to lose the lane, so he goes Chakra Magic. It's just one of those interesting things that, like, it looks the same, but there's a reason behind it. That's the silliest one, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely by far. So let's see how they approach this.
Interesting from Ritsu. He sets a bounty on Darkseer, implying that he's going to be laning up against him, but Ritsu's actually top against the Bristle. It's actually kind of cool mind games.
Little John Lennon mind games. Yeah, that's right. Another reference you may not get. I'm a boomer.
Dude, I don't know with these references. You have to stop. Let's go back to the jelly beans. Like, I got that one. I know what jelly beans are. Especially booger flavored jelly beans.
Oh gosh.
Oh, look what Moose and Whisper are doing. This is very cool. They're gonna kill the first wave by running next to it and probably shard blocking.
Jeez.
This is
do
good.
they even need to shard block? And look at that. He's got the Chakra Magic, so Iron Shell's available again.
Dota 2. I love this.
Moose takes one. Tax.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Friggin' cool, man. Friggin' cool.
Trying on top. Whoa! Arrow coming out on a stinger. By the way, another account. Is it Stinger? Or is it Hector?
No, that's Hector. That's the same account. That's the
No,
same
the
account.
name's different this time.
No, he's just tagged as Stinger
For
for some reason. But that's the same anime profile picture. I saw that one.
What's his profile picture?
It's
Which anime? I can't tell. All I know is Whispers is Shokugeki no Soma. Oh god. I'm outing myself as a weeb.
I don't know what that is.
Don't even know me anymore.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Season 4 is coming out soon. Pretty excited.
I'll have to catch season 1.
Minute 30 in, 7 CS so far for the Dark Seer. And he's okay, he's gonna TP top. So he swaps the lane.
Ours.
Yeah, Hector can't stand not hitting creeps, you know, and he wasn't hitting any up here, so he says, "Hey, I'm going bot. I want to hit some creeps."
Moose will stay down here. They have Coddle up top. Or actually, he's over mid. He's walking bottom. I was going to say, that's kind of interesting. But Chris Luck up against Bryle. Visage mid. Where did we see Envy play the Visage when he was on it?
He played in a side lane. I think. He started in a side lane. But you know with Envy, it's like, does he really have a lane? Let's be real. I'm interested to see Bryle on this because I don't really see this as like too much of a Bryle hero. Visage is kind of slow, you know? And he's got those zoomer reflexes, so bit of a waste, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Ritsu likes his Luna.
Baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do.
I get that reference, Bkop.
Gosh. Who's coming in towards mid? He does have level 2, so snowball or shards, we'll see. How he's gonna go with it. Up on the high ground, but I'm not certain if those creeps caught vision. You saw Chris Luck stop before the steps, so
Yeah, not an easy kill. He's just running to get to the Darkseer's lane, it looks like. A lot of roaming is just kind of walking around and hoping that an opportunity eventually presents itself.
So, I'm being informed. Stinger, in fact, played. Hold on. Whisper. Oh, first blood top. I was gonna say something, but then first blood's coming. So first blood coming through, and they get that on the Darkseer with Tusk rotating.
You catch it?
Yeah, I caught it. I was there.
Nice.
Preempt.
Beautiful.
But what I was reading was this Stinger is in fact Hector using his second account. Stinger did play game 1, but second and third game is Hector.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Just they have to make it difficult for us.
Second account, though? I don't believe that. This is like Hector's 7th account. he does not just have 2 accounts, and there's no way this is the second one. I think I have a second one added. It's got like One Punch Man on it. That's an anime I've seen.
All right.
Good one.
That's a good one. I haven't seen season 2 yet.
Radiant structures
They're
are
right, actually.
fortified.
Ooh, Chris Luck. Nice courier snipe.
Radiant's courier
Cuts the
has
wave
been
too. Beautiful.
Arrow? Oh,
Ooh, nice arrow though.
can that lead to a kill? It's tough. He's got the death pulse, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to survive. And he's just looking for a courier kill before he goes down. Oh, fairy fire, dual breath, missing. Chris Luck juking, and meanwhile Stinger's dead. That's not good.
is under attack.
But Chris Luck,
He's wasting so much time
yeah,
there.
I don't know how he survived this. Can he get the deny?
Oh my
God,
god!
what a legend.
Dude, he wasted so much of their time. That's so annoying. I feel physically ill. 3 people. He was ready to give up too, and then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna make him work for it. I saw it in his eyes.
Why not? You know.
You may not.
Who's getting worked over towards top. This is definitely not the best start for Beast Coast. Giving out those kills. Bottom again, Schofield. Kezu on the run. He's got some help from Mumiander. But keep the vision with the Hawk and eventually grab that kill.
Yeah, I mean, cores are farming. I think you're okay with that if you're Beast Coast. You got a Hector Bristle who's
Bottom tower is under attack.
getting jacked like Arnold, so you're okay with that.
3-0 though, a little bit of a lead for Crazy. It's not terrible. Switch it over to net worth. Like, you could see Bristle sitting at the top. Stinger's having an okay time despite the early death.
Chris Luck's pretty happy too. Especially with that neutral creep deny that he had earlier.
I mean, that is a great way to go about it. Definitely feels great.
Is under attack.
Make them work for it, and then they don't even get it, and Moose goes down up towards top.
Ooh, you know the nice thing about that though is not to be too much of a Beast Coast advocate here because I know we keep talking about them, but he defended the tower. He took the catapult off the tower against 3 heroes, and it might go down still, but without the catapult, there's a potential to defend this.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bottom. Looks like they want to skirmish. Stinger's here. Primal Roar. Illuminate. Stinger, though, he's in a lot of trouble. He's getting a lot of quills out. They might be able to kill off Kezu in return, but the Ice Path locks him up. And now Kezu in the trees trying to survive, but Moose is there with the shards to get the kill. Illuminate. Owie. Can he kill Schofield? One more shot will do it. And now Moose is under the tower and just needs to retreat. So a 2-for-1 that really doesn't benefit Beast Coast.
Just everybody dying down here. Yeah, I'm not sure why they were diving like that. I mean, Kezu is really over leveled. Oh, Dark's here too. Man.
They're really lining them
Whisper-
up one after the other.
Whisper has had such a hard game every single time. Like his early game is almost never secured. He's getting ditched. I mean, this is what happens if you get ditched, but I suppose they think that he's the player that can come back.
Mm-hmm.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they're gonna grab this 2-1 tower. Like, this is so far so good from Crazy. Moose, he gets caught again. Well, Snowball to extend his time, and that's going over to Owie, who positions himself under the tower. Stinger comes in, arrow's there. He's actually the one who eats the arrow. Blinding light, damage out on the Moose. They'll get the kill. Stinger, I don't know what he's able to do in that situation.
I mean, Hector.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he's getting you. He's getting you with this name. He's getting both of us. This is what he wanted.
Nobody makes a fool of me. Gets away with it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Chris Luck smoked up here with Moose. I think they want to look for Luna. They know that Ritsu's up here somewhere. Now let's see if Ritsu heads towards the triangle or does he head towards the easy camp. Okay, he's dead. He chose wrong.
Trying to survive. Tag team, Loosen Beam. Should be chased, should be killed. Reaper Scythe. And that's the kill you need if you're Beast Coast. Slows him down for a long time.
Secures the outpost as well.
Dire's middle
Huh.
tower
I'm pretty sure Moon just did that in Vision. It looks like they pinged it, that ward. Oh, Moon. You see what I mean about how he plays? Just
He's
in
always
the
so
face.
forward. Oh my god.
Look at this, he's gonna get it! Oh. Oh.
No.
No.
After.
So close.
Worth the shot though.
Still so annoying.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Like, he's doing good supporting here. He is being aggressively
Radiant's top
annoying.
tower is under attack.
Finders, keepers. The prize is
Dire's
mine.
structures are fortified.
Primal Roar. Macropire. Will-O-Wisp is down, so Stinger throwing out a bunch of quills. Looks over at Kezu with the Will-O-Wisp. Should be able to get this kill. As the quill stacks now 6 and make it a 7th, I believe. But Moose got the kill before he died. And it really does stack up. That's for sure. Especially with the help from the Chakra Magic.
Still, though, map is closing in slowly for Beast Coast. See Chris Luck's getting pressured just by Brile in the mid lane. That is a massive loser spray, I gotta say. Well worth the $600.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So see how this goes. Is the outer towers are getting pressured pretty heavily. You've got a Visage, you have a Beastmaster. It's not the typical Zoo meta, but it is a Zoo meta nonetheless. No Helm of the Dominator on Ritsu. I don't know if that's entirely necessary.
Yeah, I mean, Brow's got one, so just you don't want to get a second one. And I think the Basket Madness is close enough.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, like makes you farm very quickly with the glaives.
So things feel pretty good so far. At least for Crazy. It's only a 1,000 net worth lead, though. It seems like they've been pressuring and, doing so much more, right?
Yeah, that's the thing with this patch is like kills and everything doesn't give you too much gold, but it's more so like you run around, you take these towers, and then the gold will eventually come from the map control that you have, like particularly from bounty runes that you get from the map control and creep camps, and the enemy team just not farming because they're scared in their base.
We're gonna go after Schofield for a second. Again, up towards the tier 2. Bring on another tower. How quickly they're able to just work these towers.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
It really just it makes you wonder, really, what can you do? And I think you're waiting on maybe going for a pickoff with the Necrophos. The Reaper Scythe seems to slow it down. Like, that's always nice to have the ability to, take someone out of farming for quite a while.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with this lineup.
Perfect shards from Moose. I don't think they thought they were going to grab those. Either way, he leaps over them. Sorry to cut you off.
See enough for Marana, yeah. It's just it's kind of a slow-paced lineup from Beast Coast. Like, their heroes don't, Darkseer sits in a lane, he Iron Shells out. Necrophos is, one of the slowest heroes in Dota. Just, literally slow. He's a slug. And then Bristleback as well. Like, there's no Ember Spirit, there's no Void Spirit, there's no Beam of Pain. So you can just walk it right into Roche for Crazy, and there's not much that Beast Coast can do because they're not already in position. Like, they need to do everything with smokes on Beast Coast. And here we go. We're going to finally see one.
So, looking to take a tier 1 tower. Owie's here. They're going to rotate over a couple good scan from Crazy. Getting that feeling that maybe somebody's coming over, and he'll use the Macro Pyre to take out these creeps, but he's still going to lose his life. The question is, how do they want to play this now going for the counter initiation? Primal Roar used on the Tusk. Will-Wisp just on the edge of it, and the Vacuum, but the Blinding Light pushes them out again. Reaper Scythe down on Akezu. It doesn't get the kill. The Eclipse is used. They'll look over and get themselves Beastmaster, but Snowball pulling heroes in and just trying to survive. Because Ritsu's throwing out some right-click damage that's really hard to deal with. Chris Luck getting low. He'll Yules. Ritsu, again, he'll lose his Aegis as he is just taking Quill Spray after Quill Spray, and the chase is on from Hector, not Stinger. Quills come in, get the kill on a Brile, and this has just been a perfect fight from Beast Coast thus far. And Ritsu, you can't hide on the edge of trees. Can't get into the trees, and now they're around him, and they'll kill him.
Man, this Hector being surged and constantly chakra is just oh man, just like that, the supports. Okay. Just the supports. Sticking around a little too long, Whisper. Greedy. But yeah, this Darkseer, like sometimes you play against this hero plus some sort of like hyper carry in the front, and it feels like such bullshit, Some guy's running at you like 900 move speed, hitting you for 300 a hit. It's usually like OD or Terrorblade that you're surging, but I see why this works with Bristleback. Like I get why they drafted this Darkseer hero. for these team fights.
Whisper, what does he have? He's going Crimson Guard. Okay. Not into like a Guardian Greaves just yet. And Shiva's for Chris Luck. He's got the Yules, and that helped him survive really long in that exchange.
Yeah. Eventually end up dying, but good delay. Like, you have to use these things. And yeah, the Crimson Guard is just because the Visage Birds do literally 0 damage through the Crimson Guard. With the Dom at max level, they do 10 damage a hit, which is absolutely pathetic. Crimson's just a broken item versus Visage, and Zoo meta in general.
They gonna smoke again?
It looks something like that. You can see like how they're struggling to stop Moon Meander from doing what he's doing. Like, look how aggressive Moon is being.
Constantly forward.
Dire's structures
Yeah, he doesn't
are
care.
fortified.
He knows he can't die to these heroes with the leap out.
Kazu's got that Necro 3. BKB being built here for the Luna has the Mithril Hammer.
Let us fight.
Chris Luck with that 25 armor.
Gosh. Tanky boy.
Dire
It's
are
the right
scanning.
choice to go for phase boots and plate mail against this lineup. Just so much physical
Dire's
damage.
bottom
And if you look
tower
at
is under attack.
Hector as well, he just went for a casual plate mail too, and he's going for a second one. Actually, this will be a Lotus, but he's going for a second casual plate mail after the Lotus.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So it's still kind of sitting stable at like 2k. East Coast have really put a band-aid on the bleeding.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, the big one fight bot was huge for them. I mean, that at the very least secured them the bot area of the map, which is letting them get a bunch of farm. I mean, you can see that Kezu is taking the top area of the map, but you know, at least they can do the same thing on the flip side. Maybe a little bit less aggressively, but it's something.
Bristol so farmed. Top of the net worth. Doing a good job. Snowball comes in. It looks for Owie. And if they can grab this kill, they might be able to get the outpost. But a good 3-man ice path. When he runs in, the Eclipse comes through. It's not going to stay on Stinger, who's surged up. But they did get the kill on a Schofield, who was never able to get out a Will-O-Wisp. So Whisper, he'll fall too.
Arrow flies north, but Boost went south.
Dire's bottom
At least Chris
tower
Luck's
is
farming
under
during this
attack.
time, pushing out the top area. Maybe could have gotten that outpost, but Brile is heading up there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Bottom
Ritsu?
tower has fallen.
Chase for a second. Stinger's here. A lot of damage onto the Tusk. Moose is probably going to die in this situation. Eventually, you know, it seems as done and dusted as it can get. But coming around and with a lot of familiars is the rest of Crazy. Stinger going to try and man fight this. He's got the Lotus Orb and pushing back some damage, but there's the Macropyre down. He's low on mana. He needs this Coddle to stay alive on the back lines with the Ice Path in. Chris Luck moving forward, heals through it all. Stinger, though, again, he is sitting pretty low on thin ice. Vacuum Wall is out, but the Ice Path locks in the Dark Seer as well as the Bristleback of Hector. I keep calling him Stinger. So, Hector, he'll run back. They'll survive, but Chris Luck, ultimately, he falls.
Yeah, they really need that. They really need that sight if they want to kill Luna, I think. I don't see how they kill Ritsu without that.
Coming back in. And can I kill Ritsu? He pops the BKB as the Walrus Punch is coming in. He's got Kezu right next to him. The Moonlight Shadow will be used. They'll use the Dust, so that hits on Ritsu as well as Kezu. Schofield. Oh boy. Yeah, familiar as well. Finish him off.
That hero cannot do anything to these summons once he's used the blinding light. Heroes like Rubik and Caudle, like they just feed Visage. You gotta be so careful with the zoo.
The
So
cavalry.
22 minutes into the game, and Crazy are up 6K. They're starting to overwhelm Beast Coast. Like I had said that they were doing a good job of stopping the bleeding, but when was the last time we saw a Reaper Scythe put someone out of the game for a long time? Like I feel like that's such a big part of slowing down this crazy lineup is, say, getting Ritsu with a Reaper Scythe and putting him on the sideline for 70 seconds.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, I think that's about the only way that they can kill him now that he has the BKB. They need to lock him down and burst him with that. But Chris Luck has been the focus of the large majority of Crazy's aggression in all of these fights. And I'm not sure what he can do about that. He's going for a Shiva, so I don't think that's really going to help him survive. Maybe they need to take fights differently. Have Whisper going first, or have Hector going first. That's also something they can do.
Moose really doesn't have anything, but at the same time, neither does Coddle. These supports are so far behind, and you compare that to the Mirana and the Jakiro. Like, we talked about how Crazy play so greedy with their supports.
Yeah, somehow they find farm. Like, they do a really good job, and I think that's also due to the part of the cores. Like, we've seen Kezu plays really far up in the top lane. Moon Meander is always in the face of the enemies. Like, they spread the map really thin, and sometimes people die, but they always get giga farmed because of that.
So they'll sit back a little bit. Roche is up in a minute.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Allies disappear.
They're fighting on Hawk Vision right now.
Primal Roar out onto the Coddle. Ice Path Macropyre. It has been perfect for Maui on this Jakiro. Time and time again. They've got the clumsy net. Hector on the run. And there's the Eclipse. Look at this. Ritsu from behind. And he's trying to pull him into the snowball. Finally gets him, but by the time he's in and out, he's dead. They'll kill off Moose, vacuum into the wall. They bought back on the Coddle, and Schofield's back in with a Will-O-Wisp down, but I don't know if this is going to be enough. They bought back on the Tusk as well, but they don't have Chris Luck. Again, they won't have that Reaper Scythe to go with this. So Hector trying to move forward, looks after Ritsu, but now I think he's figured out that he can't fight in this situation. So they'll go after Whisper. They'll look for the kill. Will he go down with that? Yes, he will. Spirit Vessel burns him out, and Schofield dead too.
Schofield died back, man. Moose. Oh, he bought back 2 if he dies. He's so far away from any items.
Yeah, I don't think Hector should be trying to go back in on this. He's trying to take the attention off of him, but it really won't do much.
The classic, just completely ignore the Bristleback and kill his entire team. Like, Chris Luck, once again, he's just dead at the start of every fight.
Dire's middle
I don't think the
tower
Shiva's Guard is going to help him. He needs like a BKB or something like that.
The prize is mine.
So 13k net worth lead. Ritsu moving forward. Roche is up. And they could go back and get the Aegis and finish off the game, basically.
Yeah, and, you know, you let a Luna walk up to your high ground and give it about 10, 20 seconds. The game is probably over.
And Chris Luck again. Look at this. The harassment. He can't do anything. And, oh,
Another
Hector. He is gone. Primal Roar, and I don't think there was an arrow. Arrow's not on cooldown, unless they led with the arrow.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, he has the cooldown reduction talent, so you never know. Vessel does make it easier to kill Bristle, though. I think without Vessel or a Silver Edge, you just literally do not focus Bristle, unless he's the last guy alive.
Yules into the arrow. And Schofield, he's dead.
Moon is doing so much damage.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Defends the top tower, too. Kill this catapult soon. Really not giving any space to
Radiant's
Beast
top
Coast.
tower is under attack.
Easy shot.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
She's left in the pit, but Ritsu's got that Aegis. 18,000 net worth lead. Combined in the last 2 games, Beast Coast have 15 kills total. And this has been... It's been rough. But a very good job by Crazy. Can't really take it away from them. How well they've been playing.
Yep.
Shadows take us.
Oh, Moonsea's Whisper. He can purge the... Oh, he thought he went left. Just barely out of vision there.
Primal Roar, Macro Pyre down. Ice Path is also there, so Chrislock is dead.
They just push 2 waves in, and no cutting can happen. Moose pushing out this bot lane doesn't really matter. You got a Luna. You just go high ground. You have Luna and a Zoo behind you. There's no Earthshaker. There's no Enigma. There's nothing to be afraid of here.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Arrow comes in, that won't hit. It's the slow siege, and I think Crazy are okay with doing this. There's not really much Hector can do, unless really the fight extends, and I think it has to go perfectly from there. Got the disarm, the damage coming in. Hector, though, sitting about half health. The familiar is continuing to keep him stunned up.
Look how fast he is. Man.
He didn't even get the tier 3 there.
They're just cutting him around, back and forth.
And Ritsu goes back up towards top, blinding light.
Dire are scanning.
Got the Yules, but what else do you have? Blinding light once again, like that's all well and good, but it's only extending what seems to be the inevitable. The Shivas gets used by Chris Luck. The wall is down, the Eclipse is used. Hector's in some trouble. He's down low, but so is this Luna. BKB about the third of health left. Ice Path won't land because they've got the snowball that goes all the way to the Visage. The Primal Roar is out on a Hector. Hector's kind of by himself as the rest of the team is stunned up. They'll get the kill onto the Bristle. And Ritsu claims his life. He does not have buyback. Vacuum back into the wall, but down goes Chris Luck. And a pause from Brile as there was a disconnect there.
Well, that looked like the game was pretty much almost over. Anyway. Of course, wait for him to come back. Unfortunate time for him to DC. Comes back, it's like, they're all dead? What the hell? I DC'd at the start of that fight.
Just, I mean, they have buyback on Chris Luck, but without Bristle.
I mean, they have Scythe, but they don't have any damage for the Scythe if he buys back. They can Scythe Ritsu, but...
Nice path.
Oh, he's just dead.
Jesus. Chris Luck on the run. He's fast, but can he do anything? Not really.
Has fallen. Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Ritsu still has Aegis. He hasn't even lost that yet. They've just been keeping him alive and kiting with 4 staffs.
Blinding right light really hasn't done anything.
Has fallen.
Ritsu continuing to go. The tier 3, it's gone. The racks are next. The Aegis is popped. Can they make something happen off this? Shards put him in a decent place to get locked down, but they fade away as he comes back to life. They'll get themselves a second set of racks. The arrow flies in. That hits on a Whisper. Macropyre Snowball pulls him in, but where are you going? And it's over to the side, not too far. Whisper still dead. Chase is on. The kill is there. They'll get the kill on a Schofield. Primal Roar. Down goes Chris Luck. 90 seconds. Doesn't have buyback. And now they have found Hector. You ignore Hector until you're able to just surround him and kill him off. And that's exactly what they're going for. They've got the Solar Crest on him. The damage is out. The Spirit Vessel on him. Moose comes over. Yeah, they'll just call GG. Moose, he's dead. And Hector, he's gone. So crazy. They eliminate Beast Coast in the
Dire's middle tower
first lower bracket round.
And after dropping a game at first, too.
Yeah.
They were down a game and they 2-0'd. Very impressive. The previous 2 games were very well played. Extremely well played.
Yeah,
I
for
felt
sure.
like Beast Coast lineup was really slow in this one. Like really slow, but without better late game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like if I were to go back and look at that draft, I would say Crazy opened themselves up to a cheese pick, and we picked a kind of standard, but also kind of bad hero like Darkseer. You know, it's not cheesy enough to like throw a curveball. Everybody knows how to play against Darkseer.
Yeah.
It just happens to not get picked that much these days because it's honestly pretty bad. They really didn't have any team fight. They didn't have catch. It was 3 cores that all felt like they independently just kind of want to sit in a lane and farm. 3 like AFK heroes.
Yeah. And then just at the end of the day, they got overwhelmed. They couldn't do it. They were like keeping it close, but couldn't finish it off. Like, not the comeback, that is. Like, because they were always at like 2K behind, 3K behind. They were coming back, ended it even, back to 2K, back to 3K, stop the bleeding, and then eventually, like, they would just end it. And there wasn't really much that they could do.
Yeah. I gotta say, Crazy does this really impressive thing as a team where they just consume like literally every creep camp on the map possible. Like Aui's farming a camp. Moon is playing so aggressively far up that his team can consume camps that other teams couldn't. Like Kezu's sitting in the trees somewhere pushing with boars. Like Brow's taking the triangle. Rutsu's taking the entire bottom area. It's really cool to see. And I feel like if they're playing against some team secret or something, you probably can't get away with it. It would depend on the quality of team you're playing against. It would depend on how the lanes went. It would depend on a lot of things. But when they can do it, they do it. And it just looks easy. You know what I mean? And it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, and they made it look like, the same as it was. So it's tough. Beast Coast out. Crazy moving on. Crazy up against Business Associates on the next one. So that's going to be interesting. Next, we've got Thunder Predator against Midas Club for a final series. That one should be fun. We'll be back with that in just a moment. Stay right there. We'll be right on back.